Hey everyone, how's it going? It is either way Randy Chavez coming at you today with a Veve, OMI, GrumpyCat 4chan update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to the fridge. Hello, fridge. Dashi again in the other room. So we'll start off with the 4chan. 4chan having a couple of good things, and despite that, it has gone down. They did just announce, oh, hey, DigiFinX Global has 150,000 followers over on the Twitter, and they said, hey, congrats, guys. Congrats to 4chan. We just listed you. I don't believe there was any conversations between them and the people that are starting to run 4chan. I think it was just, hey, we're listing you. We want some of the fees. Like they had about $4 million in volume over the last 24 hours. That being said, they are down about 25%. This is reminiscent of about a couple weeks ago when they reached about $20 million market cap. They went back down to a $9 million market cap before going all the way back to 33 million. So they went to 33 million. They're down to about 21.5 million right now. If I had any extra funds, some of it might be going into 4chan. This is not financial advice. I already have a little bit in there. Anyway, GrumpyCat actually has almost as much volume as 4chan, has about 3.7 million in volume, almost at a $5 million market cap, so there's not a ton of liquidity in there. There's not a bunch, but again, it does look like they are in the top four picks for Huobi. Hopefully, they were shortlisted for that. There's an, hey, you guys are doing really good. You don't have to do anything to get on the shortlist in order for people to go and vote. So one of those two, I think either GrumpyCat or 4chan will be on one of those. I think both of them will be on Huobi at some point. So we had a pretty interesting day for crypto in general. You had Bitcoin up over 5%, Ethereum up over 5%, XRP up over 3%, Lido staked up over 5%, Cardano over 6%, Dogecoin over 6%, and Solana over 4%. So this, they all did outperform OMI. OMI, it's not like OMI went down or anything. OMI still did pretty well. It's up over 3%, at about 3.5% over the last 24 hours, up to 0060, 734,000 trading volume. So again, normally what you would like to see, oh, Bitcoin's up percent. OMI should be up 20%. It's not, it's only up 3%. But again, I'll still take that. Again, I was just on Crypto Rain's live stream, his podcast. That was really fun. It's always exciting seeing the different takes that he has. He's older, smarter, more experienced than most people in the crypto industry. And when you go and take a look at that, oh, hey, the people that have a lot of money, the people that have a lot of experience, they're super calm in their OMI investments. Obviously, it's good to be cautious, but we didn't go over really any crazy price predictions, but it is not outside the realm of possibility for Bitcoin. I think all the top 10 crypto in the next 7 years, by the end of this decade, will probably all have $1 trillion market caps and above. And I'm not saying that OMI is going to be one of them. I don't think they need to be one of them. I think you could reach $1 if there's no burns and OMI reaches $1. It's a $300 billion market cap. And when I bring up that type of thing, people are like, okay, one, they're assuming no burns. And then they think that, oh, well, that's going to be higher than Ethereum. No way that does that happen. You're right. I don't think there's any way that OMI has a higher market cap than Ethereum. But you're assuming that in 7 years, Ethereum is going to have the same market cap it does now. That is stupid. People that say that are stupid, and you should not listen to them. Anyway, OMI doesn't need to crack the top 10 in order to have that, dollar per OMI. And again, that's assuming there's no burns. We know there's going to be tens of billions of burns, probably maybe even over 100 billion in burns. Figuring might get us down to about $200 billion market cap. You could actually potentially have a $5 OMI and not have $1 trillion market cap just because the amount of burns will be so great, the amount of supply will be so low. You already have the 5.5 that's going to be burnt later this year, and then you also have the rest of the business development wallet. Not that that's all going to be burned. I'm sure they're going to have some of that for other things that they want to do, acquisitions, licenses, etc. But the fact that they do have that and they don't need it right now, again, they just went and they took that Incredible Hulk #1 and they decided this $200,000 payday that they would get just on the market sales in general, just on the drop, not including secondary market sales. $200,000 is like, nah, we don't need it. Again, what other platform would do that? I don't think any other platform in this NFT space would do that right now. But again, Bitcoin being up, I feel like you have this eureka moment that people are coming to because they're saying, oh, hey, the SEC isn't really against crypto. They're kind of connecting the dots and, putting the conspiracy hat on. saying, oh, well, most likely what was happening is that the SEC wasn't really just against crypto. They were just trying to really attack Binance and attack Coinbase in order to kind of get them out, to make room for their friends, make room for people at BlackRock, Fidelity, Deutsche Bank, all around the world to come in and have like their cronies be the big people in crypto. And that makes a lot more sense. So it's not like they're feckless, but maybe not as incompetent as I thought they were. They did it and attacked crypto and Binance and Coinbase for a reason. It's so that other people could come in and become the big names, which is really bullish for crypto because that means that they know it's here to stay. They know, you have a bunch of screenshots that I'll show you right now. We do have Fed Chair Jerome Powell saying crypto appears to have staying power as an asset class. No duh. Bitcoin Magazine saying the Bitcoin and crypto asset class appears to have some staying power in the U.S. economy. Again, just things that I thought were really cool. Other stuff, I think in yesterday's video, I had mentioned that Sleep in Comics, he put out his a picture of his CBC graded 1.8, the Incredible Hulk. And when he did that, David, you had commented saying, I take that. I think David actually does have one of these already, if I'm not mistaken, but just showing just collectors having fun. Again, collectors at heart. Also, shout out to SquidCat, or at Mike Cat with 2 T's, numeral 4 on Twitter, saying OMI rewards sent out to 39 gold Dragon Club members, 5 of which also received the double Dragon bonus. If you're not 100% sure what that is, I'll go and show you real quick. If you go and take a look at certain listings, like you take a look at the Golden Dragon over here, I have mine listed for $88,000 or $88,888. And the reason why I did that is just because that's part of the staking thing that SquidCat decided to do, saying if you list it for that much, he'll send you X amount of OMI every month. So I went and take a look at the transactions here. So it was an extra 4,000 OMI, which I think is just a couple dollars worth, but still, if you have 2 of them listed at that, you'll get double the amount of OMI. And then he also says, stay tuned for the Liquid Gold giveaway, US and Canada, and 20,000 OMI drawing before the end of the month. He also did just give away a vacation package as well, a $2,000 value of a week somewhere in Maine, and just gave it away just for staking those Golden Dragons. So those are really, really cool. That's one of the things with the most heavy utility in the game. Also, again, going a little bit more on the macro, TA can be extraordinarily helpful for swing trading. People have made a lot of money with that. But again, you have a lot of people like, let's say, E-Trade. E-Trade did a study years ago that they wanted to take a look at their top investors on the people that had made the most amount of gains through X amount of years. Every single one of them on that list that had the most amount of gains were dead. Okay, well, how does that happen? They trading from beyond the grave? No, but they buy a position, they die, they hodl because they can't do anything else, and what happens? They have it's, for the most part, for most of the people in the world, if you buy and hold, that's going to be better than trying to trade. And I bring this up because somebody in a trading group on June 16th is like, yo, ETH's looking real good for a short right here. And then what happens? ETH blew up. And then you go and you have somebody post the other day saying like, oh, hey, drawing charts and drawing invisible lines on a chart saying, yep, Bitcoin's going to 9,200. Like, and this wasn't like months ago where people were like, oh yeah, Bitcoin could go down to like 12K, whatever. This is recent. This is like the other day. And don't try to put too much stock into people that go and say that. And again, many people are successful and they do it fairly consistently, and it can be really good for you. But a little bit of knowledge is very dangerous. And if you go and you think that you can really do it consistently, most people cannot. So I'm just saying, you just be wary about people that are trying to sell you something. So I have somebody on Facebook that goes on and says, if not gamification, I can't see any sense for all this collectibles. I assume this person's not from America. English might be a second language, I hope. And when I take a look at this and I go and say, okay, well, basically what they're saying, okay, what's the point of collecting if you're not going to be able to have any gamification with it? Like, you can't use it in a game. Okay, well, if you go and you take a look at that, why do you collect graded Pokemon cards? I mean, you can't play with your graded Pokemon cards. I guess you can. That'd be you can't, because they have serial numbers on the back. You'll be able to go and tell which ones they are. you buy certain things, one for the investment, or one, again, it's for the artwork, the investment, the nostalgia, how it makes you feel. I I like Loki's because they're cool. I like the Ice King because that's outside of Rugrats, that's one of the only cartoons that had really addressed dementia, and that's something I just thought that was really cool that they did that. Not everything has to be about gamification. Things could just be, oh, I like it. I mean, buying certain skins in CS:GO and Fortnite, it doesn't give you any better stats. It's just cool to look at. That's art. That's that self expression that you could use. So you don't need gamification for people to want to buy things. That being said, will things that have gamification be have that added premium? Will that get that little extra rocket? Yeah, absolutely. Also, there was, I think it's Nike. Swoop. I don't know if it was them or it was EA Games, I think, that had said, oh, in one of their next video games, they're gonna have digital collectibles, like in an EA Sports, challenge everything. The or EA Sports, it's in the game, and you go in and you see a bunch of people reacting, a bunch of YouTubers reacting to this, and they're saying, oh yeah, just like them to be greedy. A lot of that really just shows that people really just don't get what NFTs are and what it could be used for. Yeah, it's a tool. Give a wrench to a psychopath and he'll beat someone with it. Give a wrench to a mechanic and he could go and take apart a sink, plumbing, and build really cool things with it. And depending on how you use it, and it should be up to adults or people that are of sound mind that say, hey, this person's trying to sell a pixelated picture of a mitten or like whatever it is. It's something stupid and it's probably not going to go anywhere. Or, oh, hey, this is licensed by this major company, like a Fortune 500 company, like a Disney for Mickey Mouse, or like a Marvel for Spider-Man, something like that. Probably a better investment than a pixelated picture of a seagull, like whatever. I'm just looking at stuff around the kitchen. I'm not trying to crap on any project here. Speaking of which, on Nintendo Direct today, they are remaking Super Mario RPG. This has nothing to do with Veve. I just thought it was really cool. I really love all Mario stuff. Oh, also in the macro, you have Bitwise officially filed a 19B4 for its spot Bitcoin ETF. Everyone and their sisters doing that now. I love it. Shout out to my new whale that I've been working with over the last couple months. He now has 15 million OMI. Huzzah for him. Huzzah for all these really good, or 15 million OMI. So whatever that translates to, I think it's like it's like 9.5K, give or take. I'll get him up there. I'll get him to more. I'll get him to 30 and 45 and 50 until we get all 59 and take back the square. Comment down below if you get that reference. Please, somebody. So we do have a post on Instagram from Jeremy Padower about Tesla saying, if you had invested $10,000 into Groupon at their IPO in 2011, you'd have about $100 now, which is a 99% loss. But if you had put that same amount, that same $10,000 into Tesla that same day, you'd have 1.2 million. 1.2 million, obviously greater than $100. Diversification also would have netted one loss and one much bigger win. But sometimes going all in on things, sometimes it can be really, really good. I followed Tesla for years. I invested in them for years, made a lot of money with Tesla. And when you go in, oh, this is moving. And when you go and you take a look at why it's undervalued, this is the same thing what we're going through with OMI, same thing with Tesla. So what was going through with Veve, same thing with Tesla. Oh, there's lots of delays. Cool, there's delays with Tesla. It's a $1 trillion company. I have 2 emails, one from April of 2020, one from June of 2020, pre-ordering one Cybertruck each time. It's been 3 years. I feel like that Titanic meme. It's been 84 years. Also, everyone comment F down below to pay respects for those people that are in the sub. I don't know what's happening, what's going on with that. I don't know if they're still alive or whatever, but just comment F to pay respects. Anyway, we won't get that Cybertruck until next year. And the reason why I'm bringing Tesla up right now is because they have something I want to go over. Tesla is building the foundation models for autonomous robots. And they're using their cars as a way to do that. Like they're using like the same brain that's powering their cars, or the video foundation models as they are, will serve as the brain of both the cars and their new Optimus robot, which is insane. As OMI goes up, one of the things I will diversify back into outside of Pokemon cards is Tesla. And I get it. Already, this $1 trillion company, how much more can they go up? Well, they'll be a $6 trillion company by 2030. Mark my words. And I've been saying that for years. And people laughed. People laughed when I invested in 2020. Yeah, it's going to be nuts. But that's really just more for, hey, you're going to get a bunch of wealth, supposedly. OMI. Not financial advice here, speculation. But people are going to get a bunch of wealth, and how do you go and diversify that and make sure that you keep it? I think Tesla is one of the best projects that's out there, and I don't want to say it's super undervalued, though it is. There's a lot of catalysts coming. There are many reasons to go and I know you fall in love with a project and be like, oh, I'm going to keep it forever. You really don't want to keep things forever. You do want to take profit at some point. But speaking of Tesla, we do have a we have Elon Musk going and challenging Mark Zuckerberg to a cage fight, and we have betonline.ag, which has 46,000 followers on Twitter, saying who would win in a fight. Well, they're giving Musk an extra 300 points and Mark Zuckerberg negative 500 points, as in the lines on Elon Musk. Like, if you put in X amount of dollars, you won't get as much if Elon Musk wins as if you get in Mark Zuckerberg if you bet on him. I just thought that was really cool. Comment down below if you want to see some influencer boxing. Anyway, more speculation. You had Secret Invasion Part 1 come out today over on Disney Plus. You have some really big actors in it. You have Samuel L. Jackson. You have Colby Smulders. You have whoever plays Rhodey. I forget his name. You have a lot of really big actors in this particular series, and a lot of it could come to Veve. I'm not saying we're going to have a Marvel Mighties on this. I would love it if we did. But it's just one of those things that's going to be super built up. It's super important. It's a great story. Already in the first episode, you're going to be hooked. I would say watch it, and you might have an inkling on what other things are going to happen for Veve in the future. Speaking of which, in case you missed it yesterday, Marvel, when they said that they canceled Comic-Con, they didn't. People reporting that they're not going to Comic-Con. They're just not going to be in like the main hall where they show off their upcoming series, their upcoming movies. Part of which because of the writer's strike that they're going to be delayed a little bit. But also part of it is because they're not 100% sure how the Jonathan Majors trial is going to go. No one really knows if he's innocent or not. And up until that, like, they had to rework the end of Loki season 2, so I think that's going to be delayed. They just don't have a ton of stuff to show. But Marvel will still be on the floor. They'll still be where all the comics are and where all the action is. They're just not going to be in that Hall H. So I'll still go to New York Comic Con. San Diego, I'm not too sure about yet. I'll keep everyone posted. That being said, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to the fridge. Bye-bye, fridge. I love you guys. Bye.